Nominated tonight for Best Director for The Low Road, please welcome Michael Greif.
Hi, everyone. It's my great privilege tonight to speak about our beloved and greatly missed friend and collaborator, Michael Friedman. And he's being honored for his artistry, his legacy, and service by his induction into the Playwrights Sidewalk in front of the Lucille Lortel Theater. I know Michael would be thrilled to join the ranks of colleagues, friends, mentors, Richard Foreman, Tony Kushner, Janine Tesori, Susan Laurie Parks, among so many others. And I know he'd be thrilled by his connection to the innovative, historic, groundbreaking work presented at the Lortel. I know he'd get goosebumps, and maybe he had, in the upper lobby reading about those posters of the Three-Penny Opera. And if he had been born 10 or 15 years earlier, I know he'd share the exhilaration I felt seeing Tommy Tune's perfect production of Carol Churchill's exquisite Cloud 9 at the Lortel. We can hear it for Tommy Tune and Carol Churchill. I flew down the street after that performance. I needed to find a payphone so I could share the exhilaration I felt because of that life-changing work. And exhilaration is exactly what we should be talking about, because Michael was the most exuberant, passionate, completely committed, courageous, ambitious, tireless collaborator or curator, collector, advisor, confessor, and friend that I or any lucky of us to know him could imagine or hope for. First, let's talk about his artistry. His astonishing recent collaboration with the New York Radio Hour, his astonishing 16-year collaboration with the Civilians, his work at the Public, at the Delacorte. Whether Michael was giving voice to a Shakespearean hero, a clown, an evangelical, an undocumented immigrant, a young hopeful in the porn industry, and who beside Michael is giving those humans voice? Michael honored his subjects with sincerity, complexity, respect, and truthfulness. Let's talk about his virtuosity, his versatility, the expansiveness of his interests, and his encyclopedic musical knowledge, exemplified by his celebrated scores for Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, Fortress of Solitude, Unknown Soldier, and so many more. Let's talk about his generosity, his service to his fellow artists, and to the institutions we are honoring and recognizing tonight. His tireless work as director of the Public Forum, the many boards, panels, benefits, selection committees he served on, and as the artistic director of Encore's Off Center, where he championed forgotten, overlooked, or work we now recognize, much like Michael's own, work that was ahead of its time. I first met Michael, though Oscar Eustis had pointed me in his direction earlier, as many of us did, in the enchanted environs of Williamstown. When I proposed a production of John Guare's brilliant Landscape of the Body, Michael Richard and John Guare both suggested and sort of insisted that Michael Friedman be involved. Michael became the orchestrator, the music director, the band leader, and because Michael was so much more, and because it was Michael so much more, I soon learned what an incredible dramaturg Michael was. Do we know that he served as the official dramaturg of the 2004 Broadway revival of Raisin in the Sun with Audra McDonald and Sean Combs? Do we know about all sorts of other surprising sort of secret jobs that Michael had that took him to unexpected and very far from places? But in rehearsal, Michael was the brave one who asked all the essential difficult questions, the indefatigable one who solved the unsolvable problems, the one who whispered the perfect note at the perfect moment to solidify or clarify a performance or a bit of direction. He was the smartest person in every room who always made everyone else feel they're smartest too. I was privileged to have that amazing collaboration with Michael so many, many times on so many productions, and so many lucky people in this room can also recount their charmed and their unique collaborations. Michael was also a wonderful friend. He recommended the best book, the best restaurant, the best lecture, the best new person who should become your new best friend. He always knew the right explanation. He had the perfect article, and he could always help put the confusing issues of the day, week, year into perspective. We all talk a lot about the intensity and velocity and the quantity of Michael's speech, but he was also a great listener. And forgive the cliche, but no matter how busy Michael was, and he was so busy, he was always there when you needed him. In one of my last email exchanges with Michael after he met with my son to discuss some of my son's jobs prospects, and in hindsight, I can only imagine what Michael was contending with during that meeting, I wrote, "Thanks for taking the time to meet with David. I know he really appreciated it and finds it invaluably helpful. You are now officially revered in the Greif Rossler home, and my family knows what I've known all along. You are the canniest, loveliest, most supportive friend anyone could hope for, and a musical genius too, but they knew that already. Thank you to the Lortel Committee for honoring Michael's enormous contribution to our community. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to step on his good name whenever we visit the Lortel or our business takes us to Christopher Street. And now, let's take a moment to watch the amazing Michael Friedman in his own words and music.
I just want to talk to you about writing a song and the process of it and let's say the checklist of some formal strategies. I don't want to say rules because I tend to throw things against the wall and see if anything sticks.
It feels like heaven, feels like heaven, feels like heaven here on earth.
First of all, there's Manhattan, and Manhattan runs from Greenpoint down to Red Hook.
Sing gospel songs all the time, all the time, all the time. And I can tell when people hating on me.
But it's the early 19th century, and we're gonna take this country back for people like us who don't just think about things, people who make things happen, sometimes with guns, sometimes with speeches too, and also other things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Populism, yeah, yeah. Populism, yeah, yeah. Populism, yeah, yeah.
Lights up to the ceiling. A boy who could be anything, and now I will do everything. Everything in this world belongs to me.
And I feel like I could be Superman if I was cool like Batman.
You mean really super cool? You don't need superpowers when you're cool.
And I could rule the school like you do, like Batman and Robin.
Like Aquaman and Aquagirl.
Huh?
And when I get there to California, I'll be a porn star. That's what I'm born for. I want it to be beautiful. I want it to be beautiful. Marry the man I lost my virginity to. I started dancing, making movies, and convinced my husband we should move out here. Everything exploded. I was a video queen, filming scene after scene. He was insane and insane. Time.
I kind of like the different people who know me from different work that I do, incidental music or this show or my work with the civilians or other things. I like to think that I'm kind of like an elephant, you know, the blind men looking at the elephant and they all touch a different part and they're trying to figure out what it is that they're holding. So I don't know if there's a specific sound that I think other composers have more a sound they're known for. And in my case, I kind of like that I get to shapeshift with each project. It's more fun for me.
And now, please help me welcome Michael's sister and for a long time his business associate, Marion Friedman Young. You made great, great children, Mr. and Mrs. Friedman.
Thank you, Michael, and the Lortel Foundation. I'm not supposed to be standing here. I'm always hesitant to guess how Michael would have felt about anything, but I think he would have been honored, humbled, proud, and definitely embarrassed. I know the thing he would have been happiest about is looking out into this room and seeing so many people that he loved, colleagues and collaborators and mentors and mentees and friends being celebrated for their extraordinary achievements. We've really lost two people, the friend and son and brother whom we love so much and who meant so much to us and who could drive us all so crazy, and the artist and colleague who we loved so much and meant so much and who could drive us all so crazy. Many of you here tonight carry both of those people with you. Please help us, my parents who are here tonight and literally made Michael, and me and all of us who loved him and miss him, to keep alive the Michaelness of him, the passions and the curiosities and the mile-a-minute conversations that we've lost. And maybe carry the work of the artist and collaborator forward in everything that we do. He loved you all so much. And finally, again, to the Lortel Foundation for giving us something so real to help us carry him forward, and to give me something to show my children, to share the artist with them as well. Thank you so much.